the technological miracle that we have experienced in the last years with the development of the vaccines, it is genuinely hard to overstate the scale of the achievement that we're looking at. The scientists were able to develop an extraordinarily effective and over 90% effective vaccine to a novel virus within a year. In fact, Moderna's initial vaccine, the initial vaccine design, the one that they actually ended up putting into production, was developed in 48 hours.
Yes.
Just a few years ago, the normal timeline to develop a vaccine was in excess of 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
And this sort of the technology that underlay the RNA vaccines that have been the most successful ones is what we call a platform technology. It's a technology that enables not just the development of this one vaccine, but and sort of a countless number of treatments for different diseases, even for cancer, in ways that we could not even have imagined a few years ago. So if you were looking for a sign of hope in the midst of what after all is medical disaster, the fact that our ability to manipulate the living world has reached such a level that we are able to do this, where in fact, as the science continues to evolve and regulation continues to evolve, you can imagine vaccines like this being developed in months or even weeks instead of years. It's hard to see that and not think about how the world will think about that as a world of hope. That I think our parents and our grandparents would look at that remarkable transformation and be nothing more than awe. But I'll just note that the second sign of hope we should take from this pandemic is not just a story of brilliant scientists or managers or engineers who put this together. When you look at the particular risk profile this disease presented, if you were young and you were healthy, the risks were quite low. They were actually quite low to you. And yet we saw all around the world, certainly in the United States, we saw young people voluntarily, not under force of law here in my country, refrain from even the basics of human interaction, not because they themselves were at risk, but because they felt it was their obligation to their community, to their parents, to do that. And I think we should not underestimate both the scale of sacrifice that this involves. Cutting yourself off from human interactions is an extraordinarily painful experience.